if you like our videos, please like and subscribe. That way this chonky boy can eat more this run. Isn't that right, buddy? God, you even know where the camera is. You're such a little... Alright, welcome everybody to the channel if this is your first time here. And if you are here for the first time, like, share, comment, subscribe if you do enjoy what you see. And for those of you that are returning from the pack, welcome back. Today, we are continuing with the Mortal Kombat 11 Sucks movie that I had started on stream a couple weeks back when I was playing through the Mortal Kombat 11 campaign. Now, judging by how long this fucking video still is, because I've still got like an hour and a half left in this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to even make a third fucking part to this series. So, with that in mind, today from the film, the little Mortal Kombat Sucks movie that he compiled here, we are going to watch Noob Saibot Sucks, The Revenants Suck, and Aftermath Sucks in its entirety, saving Chronica Sucks Part 1 and 2 for a finale episode to wrap up Mortal Kombat 11 in a nice little bow here. Before Mortal Kombat 1 not only releases, but there's two things going on. One, there's the beta test, which will be before the release in September, which I'm going to have to pre-order the game so that I can access and play a little bit of that on stream for y'all. But the other thing is that there is a stress test also happening at some point that I put in my ring into the fucking hat for to draw my potential access to play that on PlayStation 5 to, you know, try the game out for the first time, that anybody gets to play it, and actually, you know, give the devs some technical data that they can use to then hopefully make Mortal Kombat 1 quite good, because Street Fighter 6 is going to give it a run for its money. That game is so fucking good. Oh my god, it's such a good fighter. It is so goddamn amazing. So I don't know how Mortal Kombat 1 is going to compare against that, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get right into this here. Let's watch Noob Saibot Sucks. Now, Noob, I remember being very hyped and very clamored about when it was first revealed accidentally, by the way, that he was going to be in this game. A lot of people were hyped for it, and the devs hyped him up and everything, and then God, he was just a fucking jobber. In this story, he showed up like three times or something, I think, and he gets his ass beat every time and then disappears entirely. So I can only imagine what SonicHaXD is going to say about him here. So I'll let the man do his thing.
Bi-Han was the original Sub-Zero and the older brother of Sub-Zero Jr. Then he was killed by Scorpion and turned into dark edgy Sub-Zero. Many people were super hyped when they announced that he was going to be in MK11.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, the accidental reveal. Yep.
I did a bad.
So let's get right into Noob Master 69. In Chapter 4, Chronica brings back the Cyberlin Kui facility and has Sector Cyrax mysterious lady to help build some robots. Then Hanzo and Kui Liang show up to attack. Noob fights back and tells them why he is working for Chronica.
Chronica offers me a
Oh yeah, this shit.
to lead.
Kronika promises him a
I'm gonna
dark
have the
edgy
edgy Shadow
Clan, but the
Clan.
problem is this will happen in the next timeline, where Noob Saibot will turn back to Sub-Zero. I don't really think Iceman will have any interest in this reward. Then he gets defeated.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, and he's just brain dead enough to like not realize that, oh, when the timeline resets, when you reset it completely, the same shit's gonna play out again. So I'm gonna be Sub-Zero first. I'm going to be Sub-Zero first, part of the Lin Kuei. I'm not going to give a shit about the Shadow Clan. It's like, oh, what? What? Like, is Kronika saying when he becomes Noob, he'll get his Shadow Clan? Or is, like, she trying to say, like, none of it does make sense now when you look at it in hindsight. It doesn't make sense at all. Like, it's it's really silly in hindsight too, because all these characters that are working for Kronika, well, except for the Revenants, because they don't really have much of an explanation for them. But all the rest of them, for the most part, they're promised something in the new era that they'll only get once they become, like, who they are. So, like for example, I think it was, yeah, it was Jax. Yeah, it was. Let's just say Jax as an example. He wanted to not go through all this horrible shit that he went through and become a revenant and all that, right? Okay. Cool. But how does that make sense? Like, what? So you're telling me that you're going on board with Kronika because of something that she'll do for you in your future in the new era. Not even immediately, like, you won't just be insta-spawned in, hey, I'm Jax, I'm back, I'm young again, I haven't gone through all this shit, and, like, you don't start at at the midpoint of your story. You have to go through all the shit that you did when you were young. You have to go through all of your origin shit still first, to get to that point, to, like, it doesn't, like, most of what they want is, like, immediate gratification. What they don't understand is when you restart the timeline, you're restarting everything from the beginning. Like, you still have to, like, grow from a kid to an adult. You still have to go through your trauma to then become the character you become. Like, oh my goodness, man. I didn't, like, none of them really think about it. Yeah, that just does not fucking make sense at all. Oh. And back from the cut. Sorry about that, guys. I was having a little discussion with Chaos about some Magic the Gathering shit and got sidetracked there in the middle of my recording. Anyways, continuing on.
Defeated by either Scorpion or Sub-Zero, and then he runs away. In Chapter 9, Jax and Jackie go on a mission to retrieve the crown, and Noob Saibot tries to stop them. He uses his Shadow Clone Jutsu to grab them, and now I'm turning this video into a Jax and Jackie sucks video, because if you choose either one of them to fight, they'll just leave the other one struggling, and watch the other take all the glory. It's so fucking funny. Noob then gets defeated, and that is the end of Noob Saibot.
Ew, wait, what the fuck? Hold on. I can't remember if I mentioned this when I was streaming it, but that's fucking weird. That just looks straight up fucking weird. Noob's not having a ninja mask and having a mask over his, like, decrepit ass face, and you can see his ear and everything. It just looks so odd. Ew, it's just unsettling.
And that is the end of Noob Saibot.
Oh my god!
Seriously?
Oh wait, so he only had 2 appearances in the story. I said 3. Oh, I was being too generous. Oh. Oh, Noob. Oh, you poor fucker.
That's all you're gonna give this overhyped character. Hold it. Breaking news. Noob Saibot has been confirmed to be in Mortal Kombat Aftermath. Let's see what he does in that.
Nothing.
In chapter 15,
Fucking
Noob
nothing.
Saibot fights Fujin and gets defeated. And that is the end of Noob Saibot.
Well, that was a load of shit.
Yep.
Is that really all they can come up for him after bringing
so
him back from the Green Tornado?
So
How
fucking
about bringing back young Bihar and have him confront his future self Noob Saibot? Or how about a Sub-Zero
That'd be
vs
cool.
Sub-Zero vs Sub-Zero vs Noob Saibot epic bro battle? Or as many fans have suggested, let Noob kill Scorpion as payback for killing him. But then finding out just how different Scorpion is now.
I let go my rage, and it saved me. To save yourself, you must do the same.
So you have
He is
basically
not filled
taking
with
over
rage and
Scorpion's
vengeance,
position in
and
the
dies
story.
with no regret. Realizing what he has done, Noob decides to be a better person, and helps his brother take down Kronika, instead of being her pawn. But nah, let's have Bug Lady kill him instead, creating more hate for the Devora haters.
I should be glad you killed Hanzo.
Then why attack me?
His life was mine to claim.
This has always been something
Yep. Very accurate. Wait, what? What is he about to say? What?
instead of being her pawn. But nah, let's have Bug Lady kill him instead,
Was he about to
creating more hate
drop?
for the Devora haters.
I should be glad you killed Hanzo.
Then why attack me?
I don't like about Nether.
His life was mine to claim.
This has always been something I don't like about NetherRealm Studios. They put interesting cool looking fighters in their game, yet they have no idea what to do with them.
Dude, that was some bullshit in Injustice 2, man. That was some fucking horseshit. Atrocitus shows up for a single fucking fight with Dexstar. He shows up for a single fucking fight because he's like, "Ah, Jordan, you feel the rage. Take my red ring. Join my core." Even though there's bigger shit going on, like Brainiac's trying to take the planet, he's just like, "I'm going to fuck with your head and try and make you a Red Lantern." No? Alright, goodbye. I'm never gonna show up again. Fuck you then. You're my ring. Meh. I'm not gonna show up anymore. Meh. Like, it's so... so dumb. Like, why even include him in the roster at that point? Like, make him a DLC if you're not gonna fucking give him something to actually do. And yeah, Ares shows up for like a fight, maybe 2 in the original Injustice. And he doesn't do fucking anything, he does jack shit. He had a kind of an interesting story in the comics, but that was it. And then the game is just a fucking jobber for Superman. Shiva in MK9, yep, she was just a fucking jobber for Shao Kahn. The Revenants in MKX, yep, they were just fucking jobbers. It's like, oh my god, man.
In the story, the Collector
It's
is a really
disappointing.
cool character with 4 arms and a bunch of mystical weapons. But do you mean to tell me that for the past 20 years in Mortal Kombat history there has been a tax collector for Shao Kahn all this time? That's stupid and doesn't add anything to the story. If they can't think of anything for
True.
Noob
That is
Saibot, why
that's
even
very,
put him
very
in the
true.
game? There are plenty of other characters that have more interest.
That's just what I fucking said. If you can't think of anything to do with the fucking character, otherwise than make him a jobber, then don't put him in the game. Use a fucking jobber. Use Reptile or something. Baraka. Someone that is an actual goddamn jobber, not fucking noob.
Interesting potential. Here are a couple that I have in mind. Goro seemed to have an interesting plot line with KK. I wonder where they can take this in the future. Ermac seems interesting
dead.
too. Now that Shao Kahn has returned, how will that affect his allegiance? Will he go back to Shao, or will he stay with KK?
And he's also dead.
Serve who we choose.
And now that Shang Tsung is back, that could add even more to the plot. And finally, love her or hate her, I think they should have brought back Melina. After the
And they
time
brought it back
vortex
in
happens,
fucking DLC
a
anyways.
past Melina shows up, and she fights for Shao Kahn in the beginning. Later, she then finds out what happens in the future. Not only does Shao Kahn get defeated, but she also fails to be the ruler of Outworld. With that in mind, how would that affect her? Will she continue to support her father knowing the failure he'll become? Or will she join the good guys and work with Kitana and Jade and give us the arcade ending we all wanted? The Fourth Snake made a great video explaining the potential
Fourth
Melina
Snake
can
usually
have in
makes
this
some good
series.
videos.
Imagine
Wasted
retelling the
potential.
story with this idea in mind, presenting a deeper exploration of Melina's psyche where this broken mental state brought about by traumatic realizations and existential questions was a major focus of her character.
These are just some ideas that I had if these characters made it in. However, let's be real. Even if they made it in, NetherRealm
They would be
Studios
jobbers.
would probably just toss them aside because they need to tell us the importance of Sonya Blade learning how to read.
You left me behind?
Yep. Yeah.
But I reread the file. You followed orders. Saved your squad.
In conclusion, Noob Saibot is disappointing. He's just a shadow of other characters. I'll end this video with the famous quote from his brother.
Oh my god.
Such wasted potential.
There it is.
Mother would be so proud.
Oh my fucking god. Photo scene? Yeah, of course.
You will find beyond.
You are already dead.
Oh my goodness. What the fuck? Alright. Agreed. Literally, point for point that I was saying, you just fucking ripped into Noob, and oh my god. It's the same criticism I have for a lot of the extra characters that are in MK11. They just don't serve a purpose. They're there for no fucking point. Half of them are useless to the story, or just fucking jobbers there to get beaten up. Show up for 2 seconds, look cool, and then get their asses kicked. Like, it just... Think of something interesting for them to do, or don't fucking use them, for the love of God. And then you have the Revenants. Oh god, the Revenants. This is a much longer section too, so he's got a lot to say on these guys. Oh boy. Yeah, they were a fucking joking game. So again, as Sub-Zero put it, such wasted potential. Like, come on. The new rulers of Outworld with their own agency and choice, and what the fuck will they do with their newfound freedom from Shinnok and everything? And they just submit themselves to Chronica. Boy, here we go.
The Revenants are zombie versions of previous Mortal Kombat heroes.
Correct.
And by zombie versions I mean devoid of characteristics. While I was writing the script for this video,
Yep,
at first,
there we go.
I thought I was just gonna laugh at how stupid they are and be done with it. But the more I thought about it, the more angry I got due to how big of a wasted potential they were. Let's start from the
Yeah,
beginning
here
of
we
this
go.
timeline.
Here we
In
go.
Mortal Kombat 9, after Sindel one-shots all of our heroes, it's revealed that
Hold
Quan
the
Chi
fucking-
revives all of them into his
Dude.
servant. Sindel one-shots all of our...
That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's from Final Fantasy, right? I only played like 1 or 2 of them, like very, very briefly, so I don't remember this all too well, but I remember that fucking thing. The one-shotting little... Very good meme.
Our heroes. It's revealed that Quan Chi revives all of them into his servants, setting up an interesting plotline for the sequel. In Mortal Kombat X we get to see an epic battle between heroes and former heroes. But as the story goes on, they just become jobbers, which
Yep.
is fine. The main conflict in the story is about Outworld and Shinnok.
True.
So the Revenants just mindlessly working for Quan Chi is alright.
It's not a
For
huge
now.
issue there, yeah.
I also like hearing their reasons for doing evil.
Quan Chi reunited me with my family.
I don't understand, Katana. I mean, I hate the things I did here. but you enjoy being a revenant.
It suits me. I am a victim no longer.
I should thank you.
I mean, yeah, those are interesting reasons.
The elder
This is
gods
true.
you blindly serve. I will help Shinnok end their rule.
In the end of MKX, Shinnok gets defeated. Liu Kang and Kitana become the king and queen of the Netherrealm, independent from their former master's controls and ready to take fate into their own hands. Sarah Kerrigan's plotline from StarCraft Brood Wars is one of my favorite anti-villain plotlines in video game history.
Comparable.
I'll see you dead for this, Kerrigan.
So after waiting for 4 years, let's find out what purpose they serve in Mortal Kombat 11.
And then they fuck it up.
They serve Kronika.
Yup.
What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason?
After an epic battle between the Special Forces and the Remnants, Kronika shows up and they start simping for her.
How do we begin?
Side note, I think these demon designs are really cool. It's too bad none of them are playable, and instead we're stuck with some...
You know what one of those would have been? Collector. I like how a lot of these people, I noticed this on like a general consensus here in some of the YouTuber videos I've watched on Mortal Kombat. A lot of people seem not to have too much of a problem with Collector because he's kind of cool and he's got all the artifacts and stuff. They just really have a problem with the fact that he's shoehorned in as the tax collector for Outworld, who just hasn't been seen ever. Even shows up and doesn't do anything tax like collector related. Like, he could have been cool, but then they just didn't do him. Like, they basically didn't do him at all. They just did a jobber character that had an interesting design. And you know what would have been probably more interesting is having like the head demon or something like that, like a really big buffed out version of one of those like demon guys that you fight. Like, instead of that intro fight between like Sonya and Cassie, you could have had the first three demons, like the first three, or rather the first two like character fights, right? Then you have this new demon character show up, and he's like a big beefy dude with like a bone hammer or something like that. Like, you could done something cool with that. You fight him, then you fight Liu Kang, and maybe he, like, the demon guy's the reason that the place starts crumbling down and like she gets trapped and all that shit. And then Cassie has like a personal vendetta against this demon because she blames him for killing. Like, you could have done something with that. That would have been interesting, instead of the collector who shows up and says things in a very whispery undertone, like, I work for Shao Kahn, like, kind of thing, and then just gets his ass kicked. He acts like a conniving shithead, but then gets his shit pushed. Like, he's not good. He's not good. People don't like Devora, but at least Devora had like some interesting shit. Like MKX, she had some like interesting moments. People just hate her because she killed like fan favorite characters for the most part. I'm not a fan of Devora because she's just annoying as like a character to begin with, but she's not like bad. Just the way she's written is just very irritating. And anytime she opens her mouth to speak, I just want to shove a fucking live grenade down it. It's like, god damn, go away. So if MK11 is the last time we see Devora, I will not be upset. Because she is definitely not one of my favorites.
The Revenants will turn into Kronika's minions.
I sure
All
inserted
they
some
do is
characters
fight
for
for
myself
Kronika
there.
and stand around and wait for her orders.
What now, Kronika?
They are so bland. The only
True.
thing we could look forward to after MKX is what are the Revenants gonna do next.
Actually, dude.
And Dark Raid have less emotion than RoboCop and the Legacy so super. Yet in Revenants gonna do next. Jobbers. Again, there are also super. Yet in NK11, they are just jobbers. Again,
By the Elder.
KX is what are the Revenants gonna land. The only thing we
What now, Chronica?
they are so bland.
Okay, yeah. Here's what I wanted to highlight there.
Our orders.
What now, Chronica?
They are so.
Like, these three are standing beside each other. Jax is like kind of acknowledging it, but these motherfuckers don't say like anything to him. This entire conversation, if I remember correctly. Like, they don't say like, "You're a traitor for abandoning us," or like they don't go into their shit that they did in MKX with how like, "You're no longer a revenant, you're pathetic. Like, we are free, you're stupid." They're not like, "You've joined the light now. Now, if only you were one of us." Like, or rather, like, I'm surprised Liu Kang didn't call him a fucking hypocrite or something like, I see, you abandoned our freedom only to come right back to it when Chronicon comes out. Like, I'm surprised they didn't butt heads at all. Like, this just didn't do anything at all. Oh my god.
Bland. The only thing we could look forward to after MKX is what are the Revenants gonna do next. And Dark Raiden.
By the Elder Company.
Yet in NK11, they are just
True.
jobbers.
Yeah, true.
Again, there are also super boring. They show up, say something evil, and get defeated. Legacy heroes who aren't controlled by Quan Chi have less emotion than RoboCop and the Terminator. The example I have is
Yeah.
from Chapter 3. Chronica is chatting with her
Yeah,
comrades,
that's very, very
and among
true.
them is Revenant Kitana and Shao Kahn. I repeat, Kitana and Shao Kahn are standing next to each other.
That's also a very good example there. Like, the Revenants... They're supposed to have their own autonomy. They're just undead and corrupted. So their thought processes are distorted. With that in mind, she should be trying to put her sai through his fucking throat right now. Like, seriously? You're not like, "Oh, I now have the power to take you on, Shao Kahn. You have tortured my family for too long. I will bathe in your blood." It just... And there's so many instances of this, too, across the story, where it's like, one of these Revenants is paired up with a bunch of people that they should be taking issue with, and yet they say fucking nothing.
And they do nothing.
Even though they're
Not
supposed
even
to have their own,
glance.
like,
Where's this boldness
thoughts
hiding,
and
Kitana?
emotions. And instead they're just lifeless background characters.
King Jared.
Oh god.
The only Revenant I kind of enjoyed was Liu Kang. He had a legit reason to want to do evil.
I was put here by your hand.
And he's quite entertaining on screen.
More visions, Raiden? Do you still see the future?
He's trapped because
He is kind of goofy, I'll give him that.
I like Revenant Liu Kang.
You're perfect already.
The rest of you can f*** off.
Alright, get lost.
Yeah, the rest are fucking bland, shit, boring, jobber characters.
You know what?
Liu Kang is
Except you stay.
kind of goofy one.
Usually I go.
You know what? It's actually kind of funny because you know what happened in the original timeline? Liu Kang died and became a zombie character. Like, he was straight up a zombie. He had fucking chain whips, like fucking chains attached to his fingers by manacles, and he'd use them as fucking whips in combat. I actually played a good bit of him when I was a kid, because I thought he was super fucking cool, and he wasn't like the normal Liu Kang. And of course, in the new timeline, they make Revenant Liu Kang, who's supposed to be the counterpart in this universe to the zombie Liu Kang. Okay, they make him... They actually put some effort into him a little bit. Again, not a lot, because the Revenants don't have very much personality at all. But they put a little bit of personality, like a little bit into Liu Kang, but then abandoned all the rest. Are like, fuck it, the rest are just jobbers, who gives a shit.
Go through the chapters and talk about what they do in them, but I don't need to do it this time, because I can sum it up like this: I'm evil, fight me.
True.
That is all that happens to the Revenants. Unless you are Scorpion, or Liu Kang with the amulet. They are literally punching bags for our heroes. Since I've been mostly negative towards the Revenants, I'm curious on how my audience feels about them. Let's check it out.
Oh boy.
They don't do anything, they're just grunts with no character.
In MK9, promising. MKX, disappointing. MK11, they completely suck. They suck, but they look pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, they still suck. But they look pretty cool.
Not all of them. Some
they
of them
got weaker.
goofy.
Because Sonya kicked Quan Chi in the balls.
Such wasted potential.
They are grey, and that's nice.
Mr.
I would
Blueberry
comment
Eyes.
on them, but I've yet to witness their army's full strength. We should
Ah.
unleash LND now.
If two Revenants have babies, will the baby be a Revenant? And if a mom dies by childbirth, can you press charges on the baby?
Quan Chi should have made them stronger, but he
What? Okay.
He couldn't, because he fell off his horse.
They look like naughties from Smurfs too.
They don't have elder gods, so they always lose. Remember kids, always consult with the elder gods.
Stop giving the grey zombies the best, most revealing outfits.
They're dead to me.
Let's just say the Revenants from Doom are way better. Also, Doom.
I don't
Oh
know,
my
man. I was
fucking God.
kinda here for the fairy stuff.
Don't act like you know everything!
She just wanted some homies.
You were my only friend.
Undead Jade somehow manages to be hotter than her living self.
By the gods, it's true.
That they are all idiots. But Liu Kang has a good smug at least.
They are basically like corrupted Shinnok.
Make a video called Revenants Suck and mention all the comments that are here.
Okay, mate.
I don't know much about the Revenants so far, but should KK arrive in his wheelchair, they better get out of his way, lest he rolls over their premature grapes.
Most of you either think they suck, or think that they had potential and they wasted it, so you all basically made the video for me.
Oh my God, dude.
Some of you do like the designs of them though, so I guess they did one thing right.
I did get one thing right.
Thank you all so much for your
Some of those are pretty
responses.
fucking long.
Now I'm going to say something rude. I know game development is hard, but I still want to say this. If you're gonna treat the Revenants like jobbers, then why not just put actual jobbers in the game? There are some other lackers from the Black and Red Dragons. Some other villains from Outworld.
True.
Where the fuck are these guys?
Agreed.
Although they're still jobbers, at least they're more interesting, and Chronica would probably give them a more compelling motive to help her. I would rather fight meat, instead of beating up zombie sassy pole lady 5 times.
True.
My mistake.
Agreed.
7 times. And I know this can't happen. Because A. They already hyped the Revenants from MKX. B.
Unfortunately.
Game development is hard. C. The game is marketed as canon mirror matches, so having the Revenants fight their former selves would make sense. Still thought it was interesting to suggest though. And now I'll end this topic by asking a very simple question.
MK1 could
Why
change
are
that,
they
though.
working for Chronica? I don't think it's because she's the mother of
completely
Shinnok,
restarted the
nor
story.
do I think it's because she fixed their
Fingers
house.
crossed.
So I'm pretty sure it's because she offered something to them in the next timeline. Like getting rid of Raiden so Shao
Wait,
Kahn
what was
can
that?
offer something to them in the next timeline. Like, so I'm pretty sure it's because she offered something to them in the next timeline.
Join Kronika is to get rid of Raiden. But I feel like Kronika would offer them something better in the next time. That's true, yeah. They just sign up because Kronika's like, there will be no Raiden. When do we begin? It's like, that's it? No Raiden? That's all it takes to get on board? Really? Liu Kang, you think that without Raiden, you're going to be able to train for Mortal Kombat, beat Shao Kahn on your own, unite Earthrealm, what else? Oh yeah, do all the fucking mystical magical feats that Raiden has to do in the timeline to help you guys out so you actually stand a chance to beat Shao Kahn and shit. Like, really, you want to get rid of your mentor? You'd rather have, like, Bo Rai Cho be the one guiding you through MK story. Okay, alright, good talk, bud.
Like getting rid of Raiden so Shao Kahn can conquer the other realms.
Raiden will not exist to thwart you.
Yeah, see, okay, that makes sense.
Or paying the Black Dragon.
We get paid in the new era.
Noob Saibot getting a dark edge.
That right there makes no fucking sense. But then again, Kano's dumb as fuck, so it kind of makes sense for him. But at the same time, the man thinks that he's going to get paid in actual fucking cash by a fucking titan of time who does not give a shit about mortal currency. You really think, like, the amount of brain dead stupidity from Kano there is unbelievable. Like, what, you think that you're going to get spawned in the new timeline with, like, $1 billion or some shit like that? Or, like, a gazillion dollars, like, you're going to be the emperor of the world or something. That's what you think's gonna happen? Like, what the fuck? Plus, why the fuck does that make sense? Kano wants to get paid? Then that's it? Like, he doesn't want a good fight? Cause I'm pretty sure his MK ladder story was like, ah yes, I take the crown from Kronika and then I reshape the world in my image, only to kill everyone I can. Like, basically he's just a sadist if he becomes like in control of the hourglass and just creates timelines to kill whoever and whatever he wants in them with impunity, and try and find someone who's a worthy opponent to still kill, but who will still give him a challenge before then he wipes the timeline and restarts again. Like, that makes sense for Kano. He wants a good fight. Kano, from the story, just wants to get paid in money in the new era. It's so brain dead.
Edgy Shadow Clan as Sub-Zero. Frost becoming the Grand Master of the Lin Kui or Sector. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, see,
but what I do know is that
Everything
Kuai Liang
conflicts.
will suffer from this until
Everything
Shao Kahn
conflicts.
comes and conquers Earthrealm. So let's see what Kronika will offer the Revenants in the next timeline. Liu Kang will be the champion of Mortal Kombat. But Kung Lao wants that too. Maybe they can be champions together, but then that will conflict with Shao Kahn's goals.
None of this shit's making
Maybe they
sense at
can
all.
work for Shao Kahn happily. Maybe all Liu Kang wants is Raiden to be dead. Smoke will probably suffer with Kuai Liang.
Probably.
The Matoka will be very disappointed in Nightwolf.
Kronika has no
Yeah,
love for
just
people.
a little
the
bit.
Great Spirit is a fraud who allowed us to suffer.
Striker will quit the Force and join the Black Lives Matter protest. And finally, Kitana,
Jesus.
Jade and Sindel will live
Christ.
happily in Edenia. Until Shao Kahn invades them, or Sindel betrays them. Maybe they'll be a happy family with Shao Kahn. Look,
Yeah, doubt.
either this is the messiest timeline in MK history, or Kronika is.
Like,
Right.
yeah, yep.
In conclusion, the Revenant's characteristics suck, their battles suck, and their motivations suck. Which means...
Drumroll, please.
They suck.
Drumroll.
I'm so excited!
They suck.
Yep, there it is. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no.
She's trapped, Cassandra Cage.
Okay, that's pretty fucking good. That is still such a fucking funny cutscene. It's so goddamn good. He just pops out of nowhere. She's trapped, Cassandra Cage. It's so meme worthy. It's so fucking good. Now we've come to it. Now we've come to the creme de la creme. Fucking Aftermath sucks. Oh, good god, this is gonna be a good one. Jeez, this is a long one though. Holy shit. It's like 30 minutes or something.
Our work is finished, SonicHaXD.
Oh boy.
Lord Maiden, you have completed the Mortal Kombat 11 Sucks trilogy, and you're ready to post it. Then together, let us begin.
Nope.
Cease, Sonic, before you doom us all. SonicHaXD from the future? In the future, NetherRealm Studio will release a new DLC story that contradicts many things you have said in these videos. If you release the videos now, your comment section will be filled with nitpicking. And why are we listening to this snake? Because I am a snake who has received the same comments over and 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 over again. Yes, I know Shao Kahn didn't die and was only blinded. Thank you for reminding me the 200th time. I have endured them. Can you?
Oh my god.
Mortal Kombat Aftermath is the
Mortal Kombat Aftermath is the aftermath of Mortal Kombat 11. It is also some of the best storytelling in video game history. This whole thing is such a mess. Tons of plot holes, stupid character decisions, random power scalings. It's basically a Michael Bay movie.
Wait.
But before I dive in...
Oh no.
Excuse me.
Mortal storytelling in video game.
no.
This whole thing is such a scalings. It tons of plot holes, stupid character decisions, random power.
Garrus can handle Shang, Fujin, and Nightwolf, but gets defeated by Sonya. Yup. 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 I know, Jamie, that's dumb.
Scalings. It's basically a Michael Bay movie, but before I dive into this gold
That's a
mine
good
of
description
garbage,
for it.
I do want to talk about some positives. The fight choreography in these cutscenes are absolutely amazing. I like
True.
Fujin's character. He seems like a cool
Fujin was
dude.
done well.
Or as Maximilian Dude said, Fujin is Raiden, just not an idiot. Kari Hiroyuki Tagore does an excellent
Yes,
job playing as
Kari
Shang Tsung.
Hiroyuki.
He just might
such
be
a
my
good-
favorite character in this game.
Such a
Alright,
good
let's
fucking
get right
portrayal of
into the
character.
story. I'm sure it won't be
Such an
worse
awesome
than
actor,
Mortal
too.
Kombat 11, right?
So the joke is, it's going to be bad.
We start
Oh,
off from the
absolutely.
ending of MK11, right where Liu Kang defeats Kronika. Liu Kang is about to reset the timeline, when suddenly, Shang Tsung shows up to stop him. Liu Kang needs the crown in order to restart time.
How do you know this? We could observe the events leading up to your siege of the keep, but we were powerless to intervene.
We were banished to a void beyond time.
which is also known as the DLC paywall.
Send me into the past to steal the crown from my island before Kronika sends Cetrion to claim it.
I will join you.
No, Raiden.
You are not DLC. Go away. So Liu Kang sends Shang's son, Nightwolf and Fujin back in time to Chapter 2 to nab the crown. However, they were sent back to Chapter 7.
Whoops.
The Collector shows up and gets defeated. Now that they have much less time, they need to come up with a plan to defeat Cetrion.
Sindel.
Use DLC, that'll work.
Okay, I'm not really sure that would have been my first pick. Here's my
good
long
call.
boring opinion about who to bring.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, she killed the half the roster in MK9 because Xiao gave her Shang's power. Revenant Citadel was kind of a fucking jobber. Yeah, that makes sense. But then she gets her power back in MK Aftermath. Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. Onaga, yeah, that'd be cool. Kenshi Kitakita or Kunjin would have been a great choice. OP, Shujinko or Taven. Those would be good ads. I wouldn't see Taven as much because they kind of avoided Armageddon. Well, actually, no, they started off the MK 9 through 11 timeline with Armageddon. Armageddon's ending, which is directly tied to Taven and Dagon, but they had Shao Kahn as the winner instead. So, I mean, yeah, maybe. Shujinko I'd see as more of a likely choice, though. Yeah, Shang Tsung knew she was a smart choice because he knew about the retcon. And she'd act good until it's time to betray him. Retcon's bad, but makes sense for Shang to pick her.
Pause if you want to read, but the main reason they want her is because she won't disrupt this current timeline.
We can safely recruit her
And
without
they disrupt the
disrupting
timeline
events.
anyways, yep.
Keep that in mind. So in order to revive Sindel, they will need Slurp Juice, Sindel's body, Sheeta's help and the Soul Chamber. This is looking more complicated than just going to Shang Tsung's island. They then get the Slurp Juice, fight some goons.
Where did you send him?
Chaos Realm. Havoc will keep him entertained.
Havik is dead though, whatever. On to the next step. They try to find
present
Sindel,
timeline,
but instead
not in
get
the past.
one-shot by Revenant Liu Kang. Okay, maybe you should use that move more often, and finally
True.
Kronika can question them.
Take them to the Bone Temple.
Or not. Luckily.
Oh my fucking god, that was great timing. That was fucking beautiful timing.
The place they get captured is also where Sindel is, so they beat everyone and take her body. They ask for Shiva's help cause they need her to be playable. Shiva complies, because
She's
Sindel is
DLC.
best waifu for her. So now they have to be very sneaky in order to not alert anybody.
Alerts
Safely
everyone.
recruit her without disrupting events.
Baraka and Eren
Yep.
show up, because Shang smells like shit.
Dude, you've got a BO problem.
And then an all-out brawl breaks out.
No, does he mention this?
Wait. Back one.
What do you say? Hold on a second, I'll enhance.
Zoom in enhance. This is, yep. And then he gets just out of nowhere thrown in. The effect was so bad too. Even when shooting and cutting the bullet in half and everything, Aaron Black still fucking misses. Seriously? Yeah, this was so far above his fucking head. What?
Tarkatan bloody shit. Tarkatans are all mouth and no ears.
You speak when you should listen.
But you didn't explain anything to him.
Oh no! He's counting how many misses! 24 fucking shots, this guy. 24 fucking shots, and he misses every single goddamn one. God, he's a fucking joke. Oh no.
No ears.
That's so sad. I like the smash hit markers though, that's hilarious. This is a really fucking funny animation, I agree.
We can restore her.
Hold up, Shiva.
Easy.
Let's move quickly.
What in Argus's name is happening out here?
We have no wish to fight, Jade.
You have yet to convince me.
Pick it up
Then they get to the soul
Beat your ass
chamber,
too.
and they see KK.
Oh my god, wait, is that the coffin dance? Is that the fucking... No, is that the... No, is that the music from the coffin dance? No. No, no. It is. It's, oh my fucking god, it is. Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh. Oh, that's, yeah, that's great. I didn't realize that the first time I watched it. Yeah, that's the coffin dance music.
Or do we wait?
And yeah, they just up and down with
The
that
soul
fucking
chamber
coffin.
is occupied. Kotal uses
So
it to
hilarious.
mend his broken spine. Disrupting him now could leave his injuries permanent.
I promise we will not disturb him.
Immediately flips him.
Wake the fuck up.
Your ass is ass and I'm the grass man, punk.
You need more time to heal.
It's on! It's on like...
We will not harm Kotal. As my ally, you should trust me.
Beats his ass too.
Disrupting him now could leave his injuries permanent.
By the way, many of you have wanted me to make a KK Sucks Part 2 because of this, but I don't really want to.
I don't see a reason for
because,
it, no.
you know, he's disabled. I don't want to make fun
I mean,
of a cripple.
yeah, exactly.
I just feel bad for KK in this whole story.
I've fallen, and I can't get up!
Though to be fair, if he were on his wheelchair he'd definitely win.
Queen Shiva.
Kitana Khan,
Nothing good can come from that sorcerer.
Oh my gosh, if I beat people, they will listen to me. Why am I not Khan?
True. Like,
then Sindel comes
she
back to
beats
life.
everyone.
And it's a very sweet reunion.
And he gets beaten by Sindel.
Empress, you give me the greatest gift. I am in your debt now.
Thank you, Empress.
Yeah. It really was not great that they released the characters Sindel's DLC beforehand.
Trust
and
that
the
I love
arcade
you.
ladder story said all that shit.
No, Mother.
Basically,
I would go with you.
telling everyone
Fight
that's
by your
what's gonna
side.
happen here.
You are not DLC. Go away. Then the
True.
gang go to Shang Tsung's island to retrieve the crown. They see Jax and Noob guarding the crown.
Again.
Though I must say, haven't we already seen Jax's redemption arc? Maybe this time they can help Noob with his problems.
Nope.
Nah, this is the full-on Jax route. Jax best husbando. Have you seen his cake? Then the gang bully Cetrian, and
Yeah,
they
they
successfully
fucked
get the
Cetrian.
crown. Now they have to give it to Raiden, so that he can take it to victory. But Raiden is too mad to listen to reason, so they have to calm him down.
Calm down.
By beating his ass.
I must consult with the Elder Gods.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking
Elder Gods.
I must consult with the Elder
That's
Gods.
pretty funny.
I must confer with the Elder Gods. Elder Gods, the Elder Gods. Trust in the Elder Gods.
Trust in the Elder Gods.
I am a fool. I have allowed myself to become a slave to the Elder Gods. I will not allow my temper to fracture our resolve further.
After calming him down, Kronika shows up to taunt them, and they also bully her away too. Then we cut to Sindel, and it turns out she's evil. So before I continue, I'd like to explain why many MK fans hate this. In the original timeline, Sindel killed herself and was brought back to life by Shang Tsung, mind-controlled and serving the bad guys. She then breaks out of the mind control and joins the good guys, while in this timeline, she was always evil. And instead of suicide she gets killed by Quan Chi,
And the rest is
and
pretty
everything
much
else
the
is
same,
pretty
yeah.
much the same. Fans are pissed off of not having a good guy version of Sindel, while I'm here wondering why she was brainwashed in the first place. If she was
True.
always evil, then what's the point of brainwashing her to do evil? That's like brainwashing Bowser to kidnap Princess Peach. Anyways, let's move on. Sindel helps Shao Kahn. OMG, he's not dead.
He's
wow.
blinded.
I am so surprised, and I definitely didn't see this coming.
Empress? Tell me you would not betray your daughter. Now there is a better way to lead.
Shiva honey, you literally beat everyone for her,
Fucking
and now that
hypocrite.
she doesn't seem like best way for you betray her? I'm disappointed in you, Shiva. Kick her ass, Sindel. I still support you for Khan though.
Nah.
Kitana murdered your Shokan brethren.
Oh, this
Shiva
so
challenged
funny,
her and suffered this punishment. Swear your allegiance, and I shall see her avenged.
Do you have proof? Only my word. Your word is worthless.
Sindel then heals Shao Kahn.
If
Wait,
only.
you can heal blindness from the soul chamber? Somebody call Kenshi.
Oh, I get it. Because I'm blind.
True.
Why?
And now I'm going to say something very controversial. This
Zooming on his
stupid
man
power
move,
couple is
goddammit.
probably my favorite thing in the game. The whole purpose of the Sindel's retcon was for this. To have two big evil conquerors be madly in love with each other and watch them beat everybody up while they touch each other's boobs is so fucking funny. Then Garrus shows up to greet them nicely.
Is pretty
Kronika has needed
I will say.
Kronika, where was she when Kitana stole my throne?
Shao Kahn, when will you deliver the Outworld army?
Soon. It will be mine once Kotal is killed. We'll make a joke on her empty promises.
Kronika was kinda depending on you to win.
yeah.
Now you're just making excuses. And then Garrus
Kinda
gets beat
dumb.
up. Don't worry, I'm sure he's fine. He is Garrus after all. Then we see
Doesn't
Cassie
show up
getting
again.
the fleet ready, and younger Johnny shows up.
I'm healed, Cassie. Raiden gave me one of his Thunder Hands massages.
That seems pretty cool. Did Raiden do that for the other Johnny? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Where is Mama Bear?
She's over there, waiting for Shiva at the rendezvous.
Wait. Do you mean to tell me that in Mortal Kombat 11 story, when the final battle was going on, Sonya and Johnny were standing on the beach doing nothing?
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
I'd like to make an announcement. Ronda Rousey does not get a single line in this story mode and gets defeated with one kick. Thank you, NetherRealm Studios. Cassie and Johnny show up to fight them, and Cassie gets defeated, which just proves how fucking pathetic Shinnok truly is.
Miserable
Yep.
wretch.
Pretty much.
Insignificant speck of feculent scum.
Then Johnny gets defeated, but they don't get killed. I wonder why that is.
Oh,
You're in luck, Johnny
This.
Cage. In my care, you and Sonya will breed many fine slaves.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Then they catch up to Kitana and face them there. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you doing here?
very good
You
meme
literally
transition.
didn't show up the last time because you have a broken back. Did Shiva fix your back when she beat you? Why would
Yeah,
you do
pop
this,
your fucking
NetherRealm
spine back into
Studios?
place.
Elder gods, damn you!
Though to be fair, if he
Like
were
that
on his
JJ
wheelchair,
video I
he'd
watched
fuck
of
everyone
Bane
up.
and Batman.
And to consecrate our bond, I killed Jared for him.
Then Kitana fights Sindel and Liu Kang fights Shao Kahn. If you pick Shao Kahn, you get to see Spider Hair Sindel.
It is my destiny to defeat you, Shao Kahn.
And then they both get defeated.
Holy fuck.
I would like to thank NRS for doing this. Thank you for showing us how truly badass Shao Kahn is. Not only does he beat Cassie Cage, but after so many battles, so many failed attempts, he finally defeats the chosen one Liu Kang. Thank you for redeeming Shao Kahn from MK11's story. And just like that, he gets the Shockens and Tarkatans back on his side. I kinda
Where
like
is
how all
Brock?
the build
Good
up, all
question.
the story arcs the good guys get, are all destroyed by these two. That amazing speech Kitana gives.
We must fight for each other, Baraka, not with each other.
Completely shattered because Shao tells them to betray her. No matter how good your message is, people will only follow the strong.
They are unaware of our army's
Oh
full
no.
strength.
We will unleash
hell.
Oh? Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing your full strength then. I bet you have the Terminator ready to fuck everyone up. Then they get to Chronica's Keep.
They fucking... Yeah, that was such a fucking dumb line.
Why? I don't understand what you're trying to prove with this. If you threw
True.
Kitana or Liu Kang's head, that would make more sense. But all you did
Very
was
true,
decapitate a disabled man. I wouldn't really be proud of that.
I've fallen, and I can't get
Oh
up.
my
Also,
god.
I find it funny that out of all the things that the good guys suffer, KK is the only one that gets killed on screen. You know what I think?
Good point.
I think someone from NetherRealm Studios watched my KK Sucks video, and agrees with me to the point that they brought him on the ship just to
Just
kill
get
him off.
executed.
And to that all I have to say
That'd
is,
be pretty
thank
funny.
you for watching my video. Also, stop making fun of disabled people. Then the attack begins, and OMG it turns out Shang Tsung was a bad guy.
Now bear witness,
Shocker.
as the power to decide destiny becomes mine.
Yeah, they had so much fucking
Seriously,
time
you
there.
guys had like 25 seconds to stop him from wearing that. Shang Tsung activates hacks and beats up everyone, and all the good guys in Chronica's army gets defeated. So what was that about your army's full strength? Unleashing hell?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're still holding back. Garrus will pop out and save the day. Robocop will come out and arrest
Robocop,
Sindel for being a Twitch thought. So they go inside and fight Chronica.
Full strength.
Army's full strength.
By the way, I would like to point out that
Oh my
Kari
God.
Hiroyuki's expressions are so funny in these scenes.
Let me take a selfie.
True, his younger self facial animations are.
And then
are
Shang
pretty
Tsung
goofy
betrays
sometimes.
Shao and Sindel. OMG, so unexpected. And then he beats up Chronica.
Just forget
But don't
true.
worry, I'm sure her army's full strength will show up as a last surprise.
Joker will come and beat his
Joker will
ass.
come out and save everyone. Spawn will unleash hell on them. Oh.
Oh, fucking Christ, man. Oh my god. I'm too on point with this shit. I am like in this man's head. What the fuck? I go with any character. I go with any fucking DLC character that they could have pulled in. I pick Joker. The first thing out of his mouth is fucking Joker.
I get it now.
Oh, God
She's
damn it.
talking out of her ass. But on a
Yeah, she
serious note
is.
though, where is Garrus? He should be regenerated by now, but he never shows up in this game anymore. You know what I think?
Oh my god.
I think he said fuck it and left Chronica, cause he's
Just
sick of her
abandoned
shit.
abandoned her ass.
I don't know, man. I've been killing myself for
Joins
Chronica
the
like
fucking poker
billions
table.
of times already. Yet, I don't feel really appreciated. Like, she doesn't treat me like a person, you know?
I'm sorry, who are you? I haven't been outside in a while.
So Chronica gets vacuumed, and Shang Tsung takes in that sweet, sweet victory.
Cease before you doom us all.
Hey,
This was pretty
it's
good.
Hacks Mode
This is
Liu
pretty
Kang.
fucking good.
But where is Human Raiden? Did you throw him in the DLC paywall?
Yep.
I thought your duties required you stayed behind.
A lie. Something you know well.
I see now. The hourglass showed that only I could wield the crown against Kronika successfully. You let me win.
So I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I like this ending.
I
mainly
also
for
like
two reasons. One, you can find clues of Liu Kang's plan since the beginning of the game. I believe some of these actions were to ensure Shang Tsung's victory. Asking Raiden not to go because he would probably catch on to Shang much earlier. Sending them back later
Probably
to force
true.
Shang to revive Sindel because he knew about the retcon. But most importantly, Fujin was in on it the whole time.
Fujin. A word?
He gave the order.
Ah,
He must
yeah, I
win.
guess that's true.
Shang Tsung must win.
But the risk, Liu Kang, will be rewarded. Say nothing to Nightwolf.
So Fujin makes sure he wins.
That is
Have a
true.
different plan, Nightwolf.
Sorcerer, I'll...
No, Nightwolf. Shang Tsung must live. Have faith in me.
Thank you.
Whether or not this
Yeah,
was
and also
intentional
true,
from
even if you
NetherRealm
didn't know, he
Studios'
gave the crown
side,
to Shang.
I think it's really cool to find these hints. And the second reason I like this ending is because Liu Kang is kind of a dick. He allowed all his
Also
friends to
true.
suffer horrible fates just for this moment.
And to ensure victory, you sacrifice the lives of your
How
friends.
delicious
They are not
cold-blooded.
gone, Shang Tsung. They will live again in my new era.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice.
Oh
I
my
am
god,
willing to
that's
make.
that's a good
Breed slaves.
Keep in mind, Liu Kang could probably show up anytime to help the good guys win, but he chooses not to, because if the good guys win, then the timeline would not reset. They'd just keep going on. So whether you think it's the right call for Liu Kang to reset the timeline or not, I 100% agree about what Shang Tsung says.
Oh, delicious.
There it is.
And it
There
is up to the player to choose whether his plan succeeds or not. Either his risk is rewarded, or his arrogance was the key to his downfall. And then you will either see the great Kung Lao or Big Chungus Shang Tsung.
Big
And that is the
Chungus.
end of Mortal Kombat Aftermath. Overall, it's a mess. Characters are so stupid. Retcons had to be made just for the story. And
Sure.
yes, it sucks. But I had a lot of fun. I would even
It's
say
like the
it's better than
Transformers movies. They're
MK11
really
story,
shitty, but
though
they're
that's not a really
very
high
fun.
bar to pass. It still sucks, but I had fun. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to retcon my own videos. Did she
Well, at least
just
the first three
blind
anyways.
Shao Kahn? Did she just blind motherfucking Shao Kahn? So Shao Kahn blind. You hype us for the Khan v Khan battle, and you end it with Shao Kahn not finishing the job. Actually, we do get a conclusion. Shao Kahn decapitates KK, a poor defenseless disabled man who was just hanging out on a boat. Yay.
Yay.
After a sweet hug, they then run away. And that is the end of Sonya Blade. Actually, Sonya and Johnny stand on the beach of the Sea of Blood and watch their friends go to the final battle.
That's the end
and
of
they
Sonya
stand
Blade.
there and do nothing. And that is the end of Sonya Blade.
God damn it.
The Collector is a really cool character with 6 arms. And there we go. I fixed everything. I did it. Now I have no more major problems in my videos. What the hell is going on now?
Oh, finger cam. Oh boy.
Hey everybody, it's me, Fingercam Sonic again. And you know what that means? It means I'm going to rant angrily and shout at the camera. Woo! Oh, by the way, can you hear that like sound in the background? Yeah, that's my AC, and I apologize for having that on for the
Represented by
noise.
man with
However,
the
if I
fan
were to
in the
choose
background
between
of
noise
mine.
reduction and literally fainting from the heat, I choose the
former.
So let's just enjoy some nice
Former.
air conditioning ambient sound together. I'm sure we'll enjoy this after. So I'm actually really looking forward to this rant because this time I get to bully my audiences. Woo! Yeah! So I get a lot of comments talking about the mistakes I've made in my videos, such as Shao Kahn isn't dead, he's only blinded. Shao Kahn isn't dead, he's blinded. Shao Kahn isn't dead, he's blinded. I'm sexist for thinking Katana can't defeat Shao Kahn. All these sorts of things. And I apologize greatly for these. Sumimasen. However, there is one thing you guys keep telling me. Like, I literally receive this exact same comment like 3 times per week. And that is, Reptile Ermac and Ferrator are dead. Now let me explain for context. In my KK Sucks video, I asked the question, where is Reptile, Ermac, and Ferrator?
You know, I wonder where these guys are when all this was happening.
Because they were KK soldiers in Mortal Kombat X, so where the heck are they in MK11? Like, I find it even funny that Aaron Black is still there, but like none of his previous soldiers are there. So I asked the question, like, where are they? So I made the joke that they were playing poker the whole entire time, and that's why they never showed up in MK11, because they lost track of time and they were just playing poker together. However, I got so many comments telling me that they died, and so because they're dead, my poker joke wouldn't work. So I decided finally I wanted to really look into this issue. I waited for Aftermath's release because I was thinking maybe there would be some new information in that, which it turned out it didn't. And I asked you guys on the YouTube community tab for more information, and a ton of you replied to me. Like 600, 700 people like replied to me. It's amazing, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all you guys participating for this dumb question. And now I can confidently make the argument to disprove Reptile, Ermac, and Ferrator's death. But before we get into that, I'd like to show you guys some funny replies I got regarding the question. We'll just say that Bug Lady killed all of them because the developers seem to love that explanation. Yes, Devora has devoured them all. Ermac and Lizard lost poker match with Farah and didn't have enough money to pay up, so she fed them to Tor. Sadly, he died because of toxication. Well, better story than Last of Us 2. Only Reptile lives, but where he is now, I don't know. Maybe in NetherRealm Studio. Yep, he's just 24/7, staying invisible behind some of the co-workers, just watching and waiting. Poker got boring, so they played Russian roulette with a 9mm pistol. Well, that's how they all died. And that's why Aaron Black is the only one left. They died
he handed
for the
them
memes.
his fucking no
Bless their
reload
souls.
pistol and said,
They sacrificed their lives to make KK in a wheelchair happen. Ask Fourth Snake. Well, I mean, I'd like to, but I think he's pretty busy working on his 12th video about Sindel. Hey, no hate, man. No hate, man. I love your videos. Sindel's retcon is really stupid. They didn't die. They are just sleeping in catch-up. They will come back in MK12. Excuse me, what? They were all arrested by the police after watching underage.
Oh my god.
That's why they added RoboCops, to arrest all these characters. I get it now. Does Pharaoh have a license for that tour? You know what? This person's asking the real questions. Have they been killed off and that's why they're not in MK11? Who cares about that? Does Pharaoh have a license? Ermac dead, but Ermac and Ferrator alive.
What?
What the fuck? They got corrupt. I would say that. But I mean, would they get it? I mean, they all wear their masks very nicely. MKX Ermac is not wearing his mask properly. That's why everybody thinks he's dead. I ate them. Well, spit him out! They got canceled by Chronica. I know how Reptile and Ermac died. They raged to where they killed themselves after 2 times of Terra and Tor. Getting full house, Terra and Tor probably died to depression of no longer having friends, and maybe Reptile died by swearing to a child. 10 out of 10 Oscars. Best storyline in the whole entire world. Better than The Last of Us 2. Okay, let's actually start debating about this topic. Now keep in mind that I am not trying to prove that they are alive. I am only trying to prove that we don't know what happens to them. Because if we don't know what happens to them, that means that you can't prove that they are dead. I mean, they might not be alive. The point is we don't know what happened to them, and it's not 100% confirmation that they are dead. Okay, so let's start off with Ferrator. A lot of people like to use the intro dialogue from Devora as evidence. Play the clip.
Have you seen Ferrator?
Only their corpses, Collector.
And while intro dialogues can give some interesting information and theories, like if you really notice, like they even teased Aftermath through the intro dialogues, they are not fact. I can't believe I have to explain this. They are just what-if scenarios, funny interactions. They are not facts.
This
and
is true.
sometimes
but
they
I
even
would not say that they would be fucking
Ujin
canon.
apologizes for his absence.
What happened to him, Cetrion?
He fought valiantly to the last breath.
Pledge the
Not
Lin
true,
Kuei
yep.
to me.
And stain my clan with dishonor.
Comply, or I'll help Frost depose you.
Kitana lets my
Yeah,
empire
that's weird.
crumble.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Name your price.
Step not 1 foot in Outworld.
We don't want to be seen together. All right. They can't find out we're twins.
In fact, Devora downright lies.
You killed Jared, Devora?
This one killed many on Shao Kahn's behalf.
Because it was Sindel who
Yeah,
killed Jared.
that's directly contradictory.
So in that sense, Devora is a liar and should not be trusted. Liar! Intro dialogues cannot be taken as 100% fact. And the other argument that a lot of people like to bring up is Ferrator's arcade ending from MKX, where they go on a metamorphosis trip and Tor dies and Farah turns into a buff lady. While I agree that I think this will eventually happen for Ferrator's like species, do you mean to tell me the actual moment Sub-Zero shows up to freeze Ferrator, and then that's the last we ever see of them, right after that, they go on the trip? They literally just, go onto the trip right after Sub-Zero defeats them? Seriously? And fun fact, even if they went onto the journey, if you listen closely to the arcade ending, it states that they take 3 Outworld years for them to complete the journey.
Took an agonizing 3 Outworld years.
Now, I'd assume that they're using the word Outworld years to emphasize on it being longer than human years. Someone even said maybe it takes like 8 years for 1 Outworld year or something like that. But the point is, even if they went on their journey,
or it could be shorter.
by the time MK11 happens, which the world will reset,
I would imagine
it's only
probably
2
longer,
years.
though.
2 human years when MK11 happens. So even if they were on the trip, Tor should not be dead yet, which means that they probably aren't dead and they're still walking on the trip, which I don't even believe that they're on a journey. My point is, you can't prove that they're dead because of the intro dialogues, and you can't prove that they're dead because of the arcade ending.
Half the amount
which
of time,
means
but even still,
Ferrator
that's
being dead is disproven.
If that doesn't confirm
Give me a
that
cool,
they're dead,
like,
so that's fair.
Like circle logo thing that says disproven with the cool sound effect. Thank you, editor. Next, we're gonna talk about Reptile. Now, funny enough, Reptile is probably the one that many of you guys actually don't know what happens to him. Most of you guys just tell me that he's running around the crypt or he reunited with his own people. Funny enough, actually, it's implied that he was killed by Jax in one of the intro dialogues.
Remember that time at the dead pool?
You gave Reptile an acid bath.
Again, we don't take intro dialogues as evidence here.
Alright.
So yeah, nothing much else we can go with Reptile. So also, disproven. Though I will say, this is probably my favorite comment I got regarding about Reptile. Reptile is off in a ditch, wanking in a scaly orgy.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's totally what happened. And lastly, we have Ermac, who dies in an intro dialogue, in the crypt, and in the arcade ending in MKX. So, okay, let's go by this one by one. Again, I don't take intro dialogues as evidence.
With how many times he's killed
And funny enough, if you guys are really bitter and you really want to take intro dialogues as evidence, take a listen to this.
I am also no friend of Ermac's.
You're suggesting we pay him a little visit?
Something like that.
Pay a visit? Doesn't that mean implying that he's still alive? What am I doing this for? Am I trying to stroke my mustache, but I don't have one, so I have to stroke my thumb? What the fuck? The second thing is the crypt, and I'm finally going to talk about the crypt. He jumps off a cliff in the crypt. Yes, Ermac and Kenshi are dead in the crypt, and you can even kill Reptile in the crypt, supposedly. But do I really have to spell it out for you? Do I actually have to say that the crypt is not canon? Okay, you know what? How about this? Let's assume that the crypt is canon, okay? Let's just say that it's actually canon in MK11. So you mean to tell me that Kano was not only killed by Sonya Blade, but he also dies in the crypt?
Yeah, exactly.
Cetrion was sucked up by Kronika, and she has her head on a spike. Shang Tsung was absolutely fine, and so was his tempo, even though it looked like this in MK11. But finally, do you mean to tell me that Mortal Kombat 11 is the same timeline as the 1995 Mortal Kombat
yeah,
film.
That's the other thing
The
too.
crypt ain't canon.
The crypt
So
was
Ermac,
designed
Reptile,
with a lot
Rain,
of the
Kenshi,
90s
Diner ain't canon. Although Goro is dead though, sadly. And finally, the MKX arcade ending for Ermac, which Shang Tsung sucks Ermac's souls. Now it could have happened, yeah? It could have. But again, that ain't fact, okay?
And Shang Tsung doesn't confirm
Why
it
do I
himself
actually
in
have
the
to
story
say
at
this?
all.
Arcade endings are not canon endings. They are what-if endings. The character has to defeat Shinnok in order for their arcade ending to happen, which that does not happen in the actual story. And if arcade endings are canon, then that would mean Sub-Zero is Khaleesi, there are hundreds of clones of Melinas out there, and xenomorph aliens have invaded Outworld. Seriously, I cannot believe I have to mentally tell you guys that
Which I guess is
arcade
technically
endings
true now
are
with the
not
multiple
canon.
timelines.
They are not canon. They cannot be taken as evidence.
Hello everybody, this is Sonic from the future, here to make a correction. I stated in this part of the video that arcade endings are not canon, and so we cannot take them as evidence. However, that is not entirely true. Arcade endings have sometimes been canon or have canon elements inside of them. The best example that I can think of currently is Shujinko's arcade ending. In Deception, Shujinko's arcade ending is that he defeated Onaga, and that is considered the canon ending for Deception. So I would like to apologize. It is not that arcade endings aren't canon, it is that arcade endings can sometimes
Deception
be
had its own
canon.
story mode,
However, my point still stands. So I'm changing my statement to we cannot take arcade endings as facts because they are not canon to we can sometimes take arcade endings as facts, however, they have to be 100% confirmed by developers or else we can only take them as speculation. So while Ermac's arcade ending could have happened, that is still only a speculation and not a definitive answer. I'm changing my statement to that. Alright, thank you for listening to my correction and back to the video.
Which means Ermac, our final character here, is disproven. Which means Reptile, Ermac, and Ferrator are missing. Just missing. We don't know what happens to them. That is the conclusion. They are not dead, but they might not be alive. They are missing. And do you know what that means?
Yep.
That means I can say they are canonically playing poker when all the events of MK11 were happening. When KK was fighting for his life, they were playing poker. That's it. Done. Video's over. Good night. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Ed Boon, if you release any information regarding about these characters being dead the moment I post this, then fuck you. Fuck you. I still love you, Ed, but fuck you.
I feel like we've been playing for like a year already.
That's just cause you haven't seen the sun in a while. We can have Koto-kan come in here and shine some on you. You'll feel much better. What's going on?
Oh wow, Farah is changing. And Tor is dead. So sad. Oh no, Farah is being eaten alive by Devora. That is tragic. Don't you agree, Ermac? Oh no, Ermac tripped and cracked his neck. And Garrus is glitching. That's so boo-hoo. Well, time to go have my scaly orgy now. Let's go, bros.
Hey guys. We just came back from buying some stuff from the collector. What did we miss?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah, take it. Take my riches.
Oh my god.
Mortal Kombat was a mistake.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
no.
Take it. Yeah. Take my green jizz. My tongue can reach many places.
Oh god.
I am simping for Reptile.
You feel much better. What's going on?
You went to town with these. Jesus.
Oh fuck. The things I do for love.
Jesus, man. fucking bravo. Fantastic as always, man. That was fucking hilarious. Jesus Christ. It brought up a lot of the criticisms that I had with the game too. Like, that just hit the nail on the head in every case. God fucking damn it. Those are so goddamn good. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was awesome. That was fucking awesome. Well, that being said, I think we'll call it there for this video, for this part here, and leave the last Chronica part 1 and 2 for the part 3 of this series here of reactions. Yeah, I can't wait for those, because Chronica's so fucking dumb, so absolutely stupid, and the fact they needed 2 parts to really smash and drill, like completely deconstruct her character for the absolute sham and joke that it is. Oh, it's gonna be so good. That's gonna be hilarious to go through. He did a great job with Aftermath, though. I will agree with him, though. It is super goofy. It's got a lot of issues, but fuck, it's so fun. It is much like, as he said, a Michael Bay movie, where it's just a train wreck to watch, but it's a fun train wreck to watch. But with all that out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. I will be back for one more after this to finish off Chronica's Sucks, and yeah, until next time, folks, have a good one, have a good evening, and adios.